If you don't like your own intro music, what are you doing? What is happening? It is NFL Divisional Round 2 today. We had a surprising finish. I was surprised of last night's game. I know the fam, New Jammy, is happy. He's going crazy. Big Commanders fan, and good for the Commanders. They literally put a hurting on Detroit. And sorry, Rip Coil. I know it sucks when your team loses, so I do feel for you, but we got to celebrate one of the fan members, and they're excited. Washington, both teams deserve to win. Both cities have really struggled for a long time. So, it's going to be hard not to root for one of those two teams, no matter who comes out of this other NFC game today. But then we've got the late game. That's the game everybody wants to see. Everybody's talking about, and I've got some leans. I've got some angles. I think I know the way this game's going to go. The KC game pretty much went the way I said it was going to yesterday. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, had that long reception I said he was going to get. Fumbled it out. Great play by the defender, to be honest, though, too. It wasn't entirely Brown's fault. It was a good play by the defender. He got his hand in there and knocked it down, but that was the play. I said they're going to take a shot, and they took a shot, and Mahomes put it right in the breadbasket. He just didn't come down with it, dropped it. But otherwise, I think it was like a 2-2 day. So, I didn't get too crazy into the anytime touchdowns. I did, however, make that anytime touchdown parlay, and we missed by one leg DeAndre Hopkins. We hit 3 out of 4. We hit Mixon, Ertz, somebody, but 3 out of 4. I posted it in Discord, so hop in the Discord if you want to see exactly what it was. But yeah, it was missed it. And then once Hunt scored that first touchdown, that kind of that blew up the first touchdown bets, because I didn't want to play Hunt. I did not play Hunt. Anybody who played Pacheco yesterday got wrecked, because he's continued this trend of like not getting the ball since he's been back. He definitely is, it probably like they're trying to ease him back into it, and people don't come back from that injury he had usually as quickly as he did. So, young running back, no reason to Hunt's running the ball well, no reason to force feed him or anything like that. So, Pacheco is going to be a guy to be cautious about betting for, the rest of this season for sure. What is up, Andrew? What is going on? I love that. Little your avatar there, your graphic. It's pretty sick. Yes. Listen, I said the Redskins yesterday, and Jack was laughing at me, but yeah, no, they'll always be the Redskins to me. Happy day to you, my friend. You deserve it. Definitely unexpected. I'll be honest. I mean, they were 9.5-point underdogs, I think, right? When it closed. So definitely not the way I expected it to go, but good for the Commanders. Great game. I mean, Mishka, if you're betting on sports, that is the game you want, right? Like that up and down the field. That was fun. 21-24 at halftime or something stupid. Great game. Fun to watch. And then the Lions, I think, just to give you guys a quick recap of my thoughts here, the Commanders definitely earned it, and they definitely deserved it. And anybody saying the Chiefs won because of the refs is just a hater, honestly. I'm just going to be honest. Yes, do they sometimes get help? Sure. All the great ones sometimes get help. Michael Jordan sometimes got help from the referees or got calls that other guys won't. LeBron gets them all the time. Great players get those calls sometimes. However, a lot of those were legitimate, and Kansas City definitely outplayed Houston. Even if you're not looking at the stats, if you look at the game and as far as like who made the plays when they needed to, it was Kansas City the whole time. Kansas City always made the plays when they needed to. Houston sometimes shot themselves in the foot. The dude throwing off his helmet for no reason in the very beginning of the game kind of set the tone. Couldn't kick. Kai Fairburn couldn't hit a kick. That didn't help him. So KC outplayed them. That's what they do. They grind these teams down and they win these games because that's what champions do. And then Washington absolutely took it to Detroit. And then, running that trick play to Jamison Williams. Jamison Williams had no business throwing that ball down 10 late in the fourth quarter. He's not a quarterback, just puts it up there a prayer when Jahmyr Gibbs was clearly covered. Just unfortunate for Detroit because a couple of those plays, they probably wish they had back. But yeah, Jaden Daniels is what I hope Anthony Richardson can become in a bigger frame. That's it. But Jaden Daniels is playing great. And the man is a great dude. Always praises God after. Always cool to see. He's just a good dude. Easy to root for a guy like that. So, yeah, good for you, Andrew. You should celebrate it. Today, we ride Lamar is right, though. We're riding Lamar, all right? We're riding Lamar. We're riding the rushing. We're riding. Listen, I think the Ravens win this game. I'm just going to go out and say it. I know they're technically favorites, but Buffalo's the number 2 seed for a reason, all right? So don't give me that underdog, all this. Come on. Nobody's buying the underdog talk of the Bills fans trying to talk it up. They are the home team for a reason. I don't care what Baltimore did to them early in the year when Buffalo was missing a couple of guys. Baltimore's missing their best receiver right now. So let's not forget that. All right. Rant over. Let's take a look real quick at the weather because I do think it's going to play a factor in this game. 91 people watching. Do me a favor, smash the like button now as we get into what you're all here for, which is the plays and the sports bets, the parlays, the anytime touchdowns. That is what is coming up next. Weather. I think this is going to dampen the scoring in this game. 86% chance of snow, potential rain even at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I saw it could get a little bit messy. The field conditions, I don't know, Philadelphia, they're going to be used to playing in this. The Rams are not, obviously. I think that taking some unders is interesting as much as it doesn't feel good. And I don't pretend to say it feels good either. Like I kind of hate taking the unders, but I do think it might be worth looking at. Now I'm going to go ahead and sort by straight plays. And, Jalen Hurts, I'm not going to take his passing yardage under because it's low enough as it is. And he's got enough weapons around him that can take a short pass and get a ton of yak there. So I'm not going to be looking at that. I think we could maybe take a look at something like the passing attempts. I mean, right there's his numbers there. But here's the thing. I think the Rams win this game. They were my dog for the weekend. Excuse me. I didn't think Washington was going to win. I did not think that. My dog for the weekend was the Rams, and I'm sticking to it. I think the Rams can pull this game out on the road. I think that they are this is a really even matchup here. So the problem I have with taking this bet is if I think the Hurts under is going to hit, or I'm sorry, if I think that they're going to be playing from behind, then the Hurts over actually is slightly tempting, and it's a little scary to me. Now, you can see on the chart here, he's hit the under in 80% of the last 5, 80% of the last 10. You can see all that right here and down here as well. And then, look at all the unders here. I mean, look at the current season. So he started out throwing more, and then they've kind of leaned into the running game here, as they should. Saquon's been going nuts. Let's see what the odds here. So it's already bumped down to 24.5 on some books, and then it's juiced a little bit more to the over. So it's kind of a split. Best odds you can get for the under. So it's definitely juiced to the under on 25.5 is on betonline.ag. But I know that's not a book everybody has. So FanDuel at a minus 132 and is basically the same thing. So, I think that's an interesting play. My straight bet for this game is going to just be Lamar's rushing. Do I have another straight bet for this game? Let me take a gander. Just take a quick gander in the Discord. I did a full recap today, by the way. Finally recapped it. I should show that while I'm looking here. You know what I didn't do? I did not. I'm just going to pull up the Discord. Put the Discord in here. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. Here's the full recap real quick. All right. So there is NFL. That is my season for NFL right now. All right. There it is. We had a couple of monster units or monster weeks. 16, 10.10. 2.7 is not a monster, but it's a winning 4.5, 15 right there in week 8. So we definitely were. And then, the books kind of catch up. They adjust the lines. They get a little bit sharper, but we profited. Okay. We only had 4 losing weeks on the whole season, and only one of them was really substantial. Week 15. I remember that week. Otherwise, we're up 62.75 units for NFL, and NBA got brutal. And I've tweeted about it. I talked about it. I'm going to say what's up to the chat in a minute, too, by the way. So I promise I will get to that. So keep dropping comments in there and I will say what's up. But this was NBA recently. So I cut it off at the top because only a certain amount fits on the screen. And you can scroll back up in Discord and see all the recaps. But on the season right now, I'm 120 and 89. Was crushing it up until right about here. Had a 3-0 day on Christmas, was 101 and 63, and then went through a brutal stretch. As you can see, a couple of 0-3 days, 2-4 days, 2-2. It was a brutal stretch. I mean, it got ugly here. It was red. Back-to-back days, I was 0-3. Terrible. Felt so bad, and I felt like the reads were good, which is the most frustrating thing. But we stay the course. We keep the units, and we bounce back. So I got down to up 14.51 units. Went 4-0 the other day on the 16th, so 3 days ago, and gained 3 units there. So we're up to 17.51 units on NBA, just so you guys can see the recap there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to move it out of the way. That is the Discord. Anyways, thanks for allowing me to do that for the fam. Just want to show it that, everything's always transparent in there. All right, right now we're looking at unders, okay? But so Jalen Hurts under, I think, is an interesting potential play there. But Matt Stafford, now this doesn't, the only thing the confidence score, it does not take into account the weather. I'm going to be honest. However, it is factoring things that do take into account the weather, like the odds. It's looking at the odds. So as the odds come down, it's going to recalculate the confidence score. And as that number lowers, it might lean more to the over where it was leaning to the under. This is what we're looking at right now. That's the alarm for my stream. 0.67 confidence score in the over for Matt Stafford, over 216.5 passing yards. And look at this. You can get it on FanDuel at 211.5. So if you're going to play the over for that today, I think that's the place to play it. And if you think that the weather is going to be decent enough for him to hit this line, play it on FanDuel. And I think that is not a bad play because we know that the Rams are going to be throwing the ball. I think that they're going to try to exploit the Eagles, even though their Eagles pass defense has been really solid this year. They're going to have to put up points in this game. And McVay's going to come up with some interesting ways to get the ball in the hands of Puka, in the hands of even Cooper Kupp, which over his 3.5 receptions is interesting for Kupp today. And I think that's just going to be the way they try to go about beating him. I mean, Kyron's going to get his too, but in a game like today, expect them to try to exploit the Eagles' pass defense with Puka. I'm in PA, an hour and a half from Philly. Snow is already here, and it's a heavy snow. Good to know. Well, then maybe I think perhaps we should take a look at Saquon, right? I mean, if it's going to be like a snow game like that, wow, look at his rushing yardage prop. Jeesh. Insane. You know what I think we're going to do? Let's just go right to the books here. Let's go right to the books and let's just start building things out because I've already seen enough. Eagles are 6.5-point home favorites. That's fine. Give me the money line for the Rams. You can even take them like plus 3.5 if you want something like that. If we take them plus, I want to see this here. What do we got? Each team to score 1+ rushing touchdown and 1+ passing touchdown in each half is a plus 30,000. I think that's worth a play. Right there. For $1,500, let it snow. These guys can still score a touchdown. These teams are still good and they're capable. 1-1 for a plus 30,000. That's all I got to do. Yeah. I can waste $5 on that. Yeah, I think so. Holy smokes. Did anybody else see this? Am I crazy? Is this stupid? Here's the thing. If this doesn't hit, is it because of the weather or no? I don't think the weather is the reason this doesn't hit. Because we saw in that snow game that the Bills and the 49ers played earlier in the season, even they were able to throw the ball occasionally. You just need to hit a 5-yard slant. Come on. Tyler. What is up, Tyler? Tyler, are you excited? I remember seeing you, I think, in our best ball streams earlier when I did them all summer. And I know Andrew's a big best baller. I'm a big best baller. We're all big best ballers. I'm excited for that offseason a little bit. A little bit excited for that. Hertz longest rush is 11 and a half on a couple of the books, Arrow says. Arrow, let's take a look at that real quick then. Smooth longest. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. Longest rush. 11 and a half on some books. Let's see. Can I get it still or is it bumping? Errol, you found a good one, my friend. You found a good one because it's moved already. I wonder what the footing is going to be like in the stadium today. If you like this, best odds right now are on FanDuel. You can get this at plus odds for 12 and a half. If you're looking at his line, the 11 he's missed on, so he would have missed against Cincinnati. So that line does matter a little bit. I'm not gonna say it didn't. Let me see if I can. It's hard to use this when it's up on the stand. There we go. So that's his current season hit rate on that line that Arrow pointed out. Guys, I'm playing that. I'm taking it down off the board. Local Weather Channel is calling for anything from 5 to 10 inches for Philly. I wonder how quick it falls because that matters a lot. Each team to score one touchdown and one field goal and a half. Not bad. I mean, the odds aren't the best they could be, but they're not terrible. No, not $45. $3 for 63. Field goals may be a little tricky in this game. Let me hold off on that. I don't think it's a big deal. We're talking about, a small amount. Now, some of these ones with 15 plus pass yards are fine, but if some of these teams get into longer drives, can I bet on the first touchdown? Can I bet or a catch on the first drive? It's going to be interesting. That's usually a play I like. Philly to score in all four quarters. Rams to score in all four quarters. Meh. Nothing really stands out here. 1+ rushing touchdown in each quarter. No, I wouldn't do that. In a half, maybe. Can I do 1+ rushing touchdown at a half? Maybe 5 receiving. No, these are kind of, once you get into this, it's like, you're really firing a lot of darts. First drive to catch a pass. Puka's not bad there. I kind of like Goddard here at a plus 140 on that first drive to catch a pass. I don't think I'm going to try to jam these things in. Those are kind of like lotto tickets anyways. Let's build out an SGP though. I'm going to lean in. And if you guys don't agree with me and don't think the Rams win this game, leave this part off of your parlay, okay? Leave this off. Let's look at the not the alt spread. Let's look at the alt total points. What's the line? 43 and a half. Let's do like a 48 and a half, 49 and a half, something like that under. We're going to go snow game here. We're going to go snow game. And let's see if we can't. Receiving yards. How has Saquon's receiving yards been looking? Guys, we have 182 people across the multiple platforms. I know that could be spread out many different ways. Had 47 yards receiving against the Rams earlier this season on 11-24. Yes, we've got the head-to-head, ladies and gentlemen. We've got home and away. We've got all the things. Oh, expect an update, by the way. Very, very soon, by the way. Just talked to the team yesterday evening. And, yep, it's coming. So I'm pretty psyched. Oh, baby. Plus 30,000, Andrew. I mean, sorry if I screamed into the mic. A plus 30,000 for that? Silly, nonsensical. It's a must play at that. A must play. Now, if that was a plus 10,000, completely different story. Plus 30,000, easy. No brainer. I probably should have put more on it, honestly. My only regret is that I didn't put more on it. What's that from? Isn't that from something? My only regret is that I didn't do it more. Um, some of these AJ Brown lines and these guys, like, I know their line has come down because of the weather, but like all it takes is, these guys are going to catch the ball. These guys are pros. I love Puka in the snow. So give me like 60 plus for Puka. And for AJ, give me 50 plus here. That's a plus 784. And then I think we got to probably look at the touchdowns. But let's look at the rushing prop real quick. Saquon 80. You know what? Saquon 80 plus and Kyron 80 plus, something like that. 70 plus. And I don't even have to put a touchdown play in for that. I really do like Saquon's touchdown today. I know the tush push is there. I know it's a thing. I think Saquon scores from outside the 10-yard line today on a run. I think he really does. Errol, I gotta say what's up to Errol. My man Errol, always in the chat, always supporting me any way he can. Errol's a great, great dude, and I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. The weather report rocks. Yeah. Listen, Andrew's giving us boots on the ground. He's the guy right now that's in the middle of the hurricane as things are blowing around behind him, and he's holding onto that stop sign. He's like, it's a bit windy here, guys, and the things are blowing around and stuff. That's Andrew right now. He is boots on the ground. Andrew, the only way you could have made that better is if you'd given us like a video with you holding the microphone. Well, guys, I'm standing outside the stadium here, and the snow is coming down. I've been standing here for 6.5 minutes, and the snow is an inch high on my hat. Boots on the ground, Andrew. Listen, you're not going to get that on other streams, okay? You're not going to get a weather reporter in the field like you do on this one, okay? So smash the like button, all right? We've got people on the ground. After this, we're going to go to Joe out in Buffalo for the report from today. Actually, we're going to go to Pat. Pat out in Buffalo. So this is, I think this is pretty interesting. And you're giving me a plus? Oh, they're hammering on me right now already. Where do I take it easy? All right, FanDuel, take it easy. Adjusting the lines nonstop right now on me. Where do we think the weakness is of this play? The Rams winning? Talk to me. I mean, how bad does the weather get? Is it one of the running backs? I think they're going to get a lot of opportunities. Mad Dog, my man. Mad Dog's always in here hyping it up, getting the people excited. All right, let's use it. Let's use it or we'll lose it. $5 wins me $259. Throwing it in. That could be the weakness. The Rams might not win the game. But let's move on to the second game, all right? Oh boy. We've got boots on the ground here. Let's move over to the game. We're shooting dark a little bit. No boots on the ground for this one unless somebody hops in from Buffalo. I'm taking the Ravens, guys. I don't know. Listen, I probably should keep these out because, picking winners, I've been wrong before, like yesterday. Mark Andrews on the first drive, I think is interesting. I don't know if you got to keep that. I don't think you have to put that in the parlay, but 51.5 in this game it's up there. I mean, I get it. Let's look at touchdowns. Let's start with touchdowns on this one. You got Derrick Henry. Can we do rushing touchdown for Henry, though? No, I can't. That's fine. You've got Derrick Henry. I've been riding the Mark Andrews train. I'm going to keep riding the Mark Andrews train here for touchdowns, I think. And also a sneaky one. I think Lamar's a sneaky touchdown play today because I could totally see them running the read option, everybody biting on Derrick Henry, and then Lamar just kind of trots out into the end zone for a touchdown. So the touchdowns are definitely volatile. Keep that in mind. But I'm going to roll out. Do I want both? No, I don't think I want both, right? Do I just roll the Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, the quarterback touchdown parlay? I mean, if we're going to do it, you know what? If I'm going to do that, just give me that for $10. I'm going to throw those in, and I'm going to pump the brakes on that a little bit. I'm going to throw in a market. I'm going to just keep this simple. Let's just keep it simple. Let's go like this. I like Josh Allen's passing today. I got to be honest. I think he's going to be throwing the ball. Now, do I want to go 239? Not for the sake of this parlay. I'm going to go 225 plus. Um, let's take a look at Joshua Allen. And he didn't play against New England, so you're going to get a donut there. Let's take a look here at his 225. Let's just get it close. Perfect. And his hit rate on this line, again, not that it really matters right now, but I'm just curious. I just want to see. He played the Ravens earlier in the year, only had 180 passing yards against them. So, we're just curious, just looking, you know. How about home and away splits? Because that could matter. That's a thing. Let's look at his home splits. Definitely throws more at home, and I think he runs less. Take it for what it's worth. Josh Allen, 1+ isn't really moving the needle here. Lamar, I'm not super interested in his passing prop. Let's just go ahead and move right over to receiving. Mark Andrews, always in play. He's been getting more targets. I'm going to go, I think, Andrews 40+ here. Let's see if does it really make a difference on Andrews? It probably doesn't today. Somebody asked me yesterday if the Dalton Schultz one made a difference, and thankfully it didn't, but man, it got close there for a minute. Head-to-head. See, I don't have head-to-head for some guys. I got to screenshot. Yeah, screenshot that and send it. Some guys aren't pulling the head-to-head. Mark Andrews, I like him for his touchdown. I don't think you got to go yardage. I actually don't love a ton of the yardage guys because these teams spread it around, especially today with no Zay Flowers. I think they're going to spread it around. Wild man. Yeah, listen. Insanity. What picks do I have locked in? Fives. Well, today I'm mostly building out parlays. If you want to lock in a play, I like Lamar's over rushing yardage. All right. I'm getting there, but that's where I was going to go. I'm going with Lamar's rushing yardage prop. And I actually, yeah, I think that's fine. And actually, honestly, for the sake of being a madman, let's keep that narrative going. Let's look at the 60 or 70 plus. And the Bills have athletic linebackers. Lamar's confidence score is just jacked up right now, but we're fixing that. Don't worry about that. So if you see it, obviously it's a bug. Just ignore it. Rushing yards. Yeah, see, his rushing yardage prop isn't showing either. Look at his last 5 games, though. Lamar, ever since Lamar's mother told him to just run, Lamar, just run. He's been running. All right, he's been running. Josh Allen, I know he rushes less at home, right? That's the thing. And I do think that trend, I know we could, sometimes throw trends out the window. His home and away splits are pretty significant. So let's look at the current season. Okay, he has a 27% hit rate on this line, averaging 32.06 rushing yards per game total, right? Home, 1 of 9. He's hitting 11% on the season. And then look at his away. Watch his away splits. 4 out of 9, averaging 35. He averages 20-something more yards on the road. So it's definitely a thing with him. Now, I also think it's probably a thing with Josh in the playoffs. Let me see. Can I pull up his playoff splits here? Give me 1 second. I want to see if I can find. I could just pull them up on StatMuse, but rushing yards in the playoffs. Yeah, he definitely runs more. Josh Allen runs more in the playoffs as well. So I think we could definitely go like a Josh Allen 40 plus or something like that. And that's pretty solid. Honestly, I might not go too much further than that. For the sake of this one, I'm going to take that out. And I'm kind of digging this. I want to simplify this one. And I think that kind of does it for me. I'm pretty happy with this one, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty basic. Mark Andrews would be like my least favorite play probably out there. And let's see, what if we do just 25 plus for Mark Andrews? Just curious. 1240? Let's do that. No, let's do that for $10. $10. Just a 10 spot. A little 10 spot. All right. Mad Dog, my friend, what is going on? Tyler says, I'm a wild man. Buffalo tight end, in your opinion, has the best chance at scoring a TD? It's got to be Kincaid for me. It's got to be. It's even with, Kyle Hamilton back there, it's got to be Kincaid for me. It's just Kincaid. Bateman and Lamar, as soon as those play actions work, Bateman will get the work. Also like his first quarter receptions or receiving line. Let's take a look at that then. Receiving props. Can I do that down here or do I have to go? Here we go. Bateman. I can't do first quarter for Bateman on here, huh? Come on, bro. All right, let's go back then since I can't do that. And then I'm going to do touchdowns. Let's go back to popular and let's see what we got on the popular tab here. Each team to score 1+. Look at this. You're only getting 5,000 on here. Yes. 100% yes for the plus 30,000 we played earlier today already. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling too good. Feeling way better than I should about a plus 30,000. 246 people watching on both platforms, on Twitter and on YouTube. I don't know how the spread is, but whatever it is, please do me a favor. Like, follow, subscribe, retweet, all of the above. You can't follow anymore. I'm sorry, because TikTok is officially banned, all right? TikTok is officially banned. Bateman, anytime touchdown? Yeah, I just think touchdowns are going to be difficult to predict, but absolutely. Let's talk anytime touchdowns, and then we'll talk first touchdowns, okay? I don't think anything's going to jump off the page to me on that popular tab for that game. So let's just slide right on over. Let's go ahead and use the tools at our disposal. Let's take a look at anytime touchdowns. And there it is. Top play on the board right now. Oh, did Henry? They must be working. We're working. The confidence scores must not be working. I think they're working on them right now. Oh, that's why, because I have it sorted by straight. There we go. Okay. Top play on the board right now. Derrick Henry. No real surprise there. Saquon's line was 155 this morning. That is bumped up to 164 already. Best line you're getting now is on Bovada. I don't know why some of these projections are kind of wonky. Don't use the third-party projections right now because they got to be scoring, right? If we get through this, although, listen, I know I sometimes am like, I don't know if I agree with the projections. However, last week, if you remember, the projected line for Baker Mayfield's passing yardage was 175, and he ended at 183. So before everybody, and his line was set at like 245, 249. So before we get too crazy, before we're like, that projection, I don't know about that projection. Baker's hit last week, and nobody was saying he was going to hit the under, and nobody thought at least under 200 even. So myself included. I put myself in there. That's why I can speak for nobody. I can speak for everybody. I can speak for nobody. Nobody thought that was going to happen. So Derrick Henry, best play on the board right now. Saquon. Then we've got Jalen Hurts, Mr. Tush Push, and then Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams touchdown at a 0.38 confidence score this week is probably my favorite one because of the odds you're going to get here. So when you take into account the odds, I like the plus 110 for Kyron's touchdown. So I'm going to highlight that right now. This is me officially highlighting that. Mad Dog is in here. Tyler's in here. Andrew's in here. Young Native Tino is in here. Rest in peace, Lions. Poor guy. Ooh, the Tyreek Hill jersey. Chiefs Nation. I'm a closet Chiefs fan. Everybody kind of knows it by now. Definitely a bandwagoner, but not for the sake. They're not my team. The Colts are my team, and it's sad, as you can see. However, I'd like to see Mahomes repeat, depending on who they're playing against. So, sue me. On FanDuel, you can bet Allen and Lamar 25 plus rushing and both the Bills and Ravens plus 11.5 for minus 125 earlier in the week. That is a sharp play. I like it. That's pretty solid. I'm going to have to mess around with that then. That's pretty good. I'm surprised they let you do that and they don't tax you more than that. But a minus 124, it's not bad at all. Like they're taxing you a little bit, I'm sure, but it's not bad at all. And the fact that they're the only one that'll let you get it is good. Bateman has been stealing Andrews lately. Yeah, he has for sure. But when we get to the playoffs, And when you get to a week where they need to win and, snow game and stuff, Andrew's hands are just phenomenal and better than Bateman's for sure. 57.5 on Prize Picks is Lamar's rushing line, I'm sure. Caton and Knox touchdowns are both values, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, you go to the tight ends, you go to the sure-handed, big body guys and these kind of weather games and stuff. And yeah, I'm not disagreeing at all on there. I'm finding I'm having a hard time not playing his anytime touchdown. And honestly, for these odds too, I think you just roll out both running backs. I'm a big fan of Puka's touchdowns this week too. But if you made me choose, I'm probably not going to roll it out over Kyron. So let me just see what this gets me here. It's going to be hard not to play Henry and that right there. Plus 735 is kind of lame and boring. I'm not going to lie to you. So I don't disagree. So maybe we need to look at spicing things up a little bit. And I think the way to do that is by going back over here. And do I add a person or do I just remove one? This line is a pretty low point total. So I'm thinking that, if the books are correct and assuming we're not going to get a ton of touchdowns, you can go with Cooper Kupp here. And that automatically puts you at a plus 1,500. That's a decent and fine play. If you don't want to play that, play the tush push. Get yourself a little bit better odds, something like that. I think where I'm going to lock it in is I'm going to lock it in right here, and I'm going to roll out the Cooper Kupp being the short, close yardage guy. And I would not, I don't fault you if you want to end up just playing Puka as well, because that is also, Puka can always score. Although Cooper Kupp definitely gets more of the red zone targets. So let's just play this for $5. A nice, easy one, because I end up looking back on my streams and realizing I spend a ton of random money that I want to make sure I'm not going too crazy. Now let's do the first touchdowns, all right? The first touchdowns are what everybody's been waiting for. First touchdown plays. All right. I'm going to try to keep it narrow in this game when you have to take into account the odds, all right? Saquon, favorite play on the board. I'm going to go with I think Saquon's got to be in at least one of them. But if you really want to know where I think is an interesting play, I think it's Goddard on one side and Kupp on the other. And obviously not parlayed together, but go like Goddard and somebody from the later game. So that's where we'll start. Because again, these are lotto plays as it is. So, could you play Hunt yesterday and, gotten a plus 410 or whatever, plus 500? Yeah, absolutely. But let's take a look here. And let's get ourselves some value here. Now, I think that's interesting right there for a plus 12,700. So I think that I'm going to do a sprinkle right there on that, because you could spend like $15, and if one of them hits, you're making a large amount of money. So the Josh Allen one I think is interesting. If we're going to go on the other side of the ball, I think I'd go either Lamar or Andrews here. So for this one, give me the two tight ends here, okay? And then let's roll it back now. So that's Goddard. I've played Goddard. I've played my Eagles share from this game, and I've spread it around a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead, and I probably will do one with Saquon. I think I got to do one with Saquon being the first touchdown. But I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to do the Rams at least to start. If we're going to roll the Rams out, I think I go Cooper Kupp. Because of the odds you're going to get, again, we're sprinkling around. I'm going to probably sprinkle $18 around here. I don't know why I clicked NBA. And we're going to go over here, and we're going to sprinkle with one of each team again. So I'm going to go with, basically, you're just trying to get the right combo here. Do we roll Kincaid for a first touchdown? That's not bad. A plus 9,000 here. You got a pretty good shot if you roll that out here. Let's reuse the selections, and let's go with him. And I really don't know about the James Cook first touchdown. I'd rather take the Josh Allen when you're putting at the odds and give me a little bit better odds here. Okay? It's a little bit. We're just spreading it around. Just sprinkling. We're spreading it around, all right? All right, let's roll back real quick. I don't know why I keep doing that. And let's look at, is there anybody from the Rams? Yeah, you could do Kyron. That's fine. Give me the Saquon first touchdown for a little bit more of a sure thing. And then let's roll it out with, I mean, that's the most likely one, but look at that. Plus 2,100. Dawson Knox, what's his odds here? Ooh, way down there. Plus 3,100. Sheesh. I mean, I do like that. Wow. Amari at plus 2,800. Yeah, I'm rolling out Amari there. I mean, those odds. Look at Ray Davis, even. Raymond Davis has just been a freaking force. That dude is so good. All right. And then the last one I don't think I have enough of is Mark Andrews. I've talked about it all week. Oh, man. Or do I want to run out with a Lamar one? I'm going to roll the Lamar one out. He's going to get that first touchdown because everybody's going to bite on Henry. And then do we just go Kyron or do we run it back with Saquon? Let's run it back with Saquon. I'll do one more because that's pretty sad. The quarterback one. All right. I'm done. There it is. That's the last one. I rolled out what? 5, 6 different combinations? 5 or 6 different combinations. I spent $3 on each. It's like $15 to $18. And if any one of them hits, I'm making 6 units, 5 units, depending. It's a lotto, ladies and gentlemen, but my goodness, it's fun. Demarcus Robinson scored a touchdown against them before. A first touchdown bet on Demarcus Robinson. Is there anybody I like better than Demarcus Robinson here at those odds? No, not really. I think he's better off than playing a defensive touchdown. Although, my goodness. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Let's do one of like crazy. Oh, wait. What am I doing here? Rams. I went right back into the same thing. Let's look at the Bills game here. And then if you're going to play a play like this, could go Knox. I really like Ray Davis. A plus 121,000 for the Ray Davis TD. Does Ray Davis get any run unless it's a blowout? He does, right? Let me see. Does Ray Davis get any action if it's not a blowout? I love. Oh, yeah. Look at Ray Davis. Wait, I don't have any other lines for Ray Davis? They don't let me play his rushing yardage or anything? I kind of like the Ray Davis play. Wait, am I thinking of Ray Davis? Or am I thinking of Ty Johnson? No. Who's the guy with the incredible hands out of the backfield? That's Ray Davis, right? Injury update. Uh-oh. He's the guy with the incredible hands out of the backfield, right? Am I wrong? Or am I mixing him up? Concussion. Ty Johnson. Or is it Ty Johnson? Let's just look up Ty Johnson. I want to make sure I get the right guy. There's a guy I'm thinking of that has incredible hands. Even at a catch, 2 for 26 and a touchdown. It might be Ty Johnson that I'm thinking of. Chat, help me out. Is it Ty Johnson or Ray Davis with the great hands out of the backfield, the Bills running back? It's not Ray Davis, right? It's Ty Johnson, I think. Can I get a better stat? No, I'm not sure. Who is it? Somebody help me. I think it's Ty Johnson. In which case, that is the guy I want for this. Ty Johnson. Dude is like, has incredible hands. Can I get Ty Johnson for the Bills? Oh, yeah. I think Johnson will see the field. Yeah, Ty Johnson's the guy I'm thinking. Dude has incredible hands out of the backfield. I'm impressed. I'm sold. It's Ty Johnson. This is the bet right there for $3. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the lotto of all lottos, okay? Ty Johnson. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Pete. Thank you, Andrew. Ty Johnson's the guy I'm thinking of with the incredible hands out of the backfield. The dude is an absolute menace. All right. He has such good hands. I'm like, why isn't this guy in there more often? Yeah. Only had 18 receptions on the season. Buffalo, what are you doing? This guy should be in there all the time. Man had like made like a laying out catch last week or something. Incredible. All right, so if you're on Underdog, real quick, a simple. Oh, look at that, it's getting bumped. Let's take a look real quick at Underdog. If you're going to put together a little slip, I've got a streak going right now that I played for my streak today. Saquon Barkley's touchdowns here. Yes, sir. I got you. But Andrew, you saw it, man. They're like they're out there. So pick and choose. Oh man, Andrew, you're a true degenerate like me. Listen, we sprinkle a little bit. If you do $1 among them all, you'll pay like $5 or $6. And if one hits, you're winning like $90 to $100 on each. That's the way to do it, man. They're just so fun. They're just so freaking fun. The only time they're not fun is like yesterday when the first touchdown I had in that first game. If you don't hit the first one, you're kind of dead in the water. And then you could just make another one for the second one, just bet on the first touchdown bets individually just to get some action. But yeah, so I played this. I played Saquon as my streak for this week. I'm trying to keep that going. Josh Allen, I want to take his passing yardage. I have it as a straight play for the week earlier in the week before I knew how bad the weather really was going to be. But I still kind of like it because he's going to have to throw the ball. He's going to be throwing the ball against this defense. That's how you beat the Ravens. He's going to be throwing. He's going to be running. Maybe take the rushing play here. Maybe that's the play. But yeah, I like this as like a two-man right here. You're obviously getting taxed to high heavens for it though. Let's see what's Lamar's rushing prop at. Can we go 89.5 and do higher? Something like that. See, that's not great. Those aren't great odds that you're getting here. That's the problem. You know what? Then let's do Lamar and let's just go with do like 60 plus then. What am I going to get now? That's okay. I don't have anything. I don't have any promos here. Come on, Underdog. With all the best ball I played on your platform this year, let's talk to my man Dan at Underdog. All right, but this is, you could take all these plays pretty much and play them on Underdog. As you can see, Ty Johnson's probably not on Underdog, so this is going to be a bad example. Yeah, he's not. But we've got lines for Underdog and Price Picks on here and stuff too. Look at head to head. Did score a touchdown, by the way. Ty Johnson did score a touchdown, by the way, against the Ravens this year. What about his first touchdown market? This is not first touchdowns data down here. I've said that before, but best play if you want to take him for a first touchdown is a plus 3,700 on FanDuel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 300 people watched across the two platforms. I'm truly, truly grateful for you guys. I'm going to probably start doing some NBA content as the NFL season dwindles down, and then we'll move into best ball. Andrew, you, me, Bruni, best ball? Match made in heaven. Let me know. We'll have to do some best ball together, do some drafts, start talking about next season. I'm excited. Let me blow this up here real quick. Thank you guys for checking out the channel. Drop a like, drop a comment after. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. Let's see if we can win some money betting on these first touchdowns, these parlays and everything that I built out. This stream's more for fun. If you want the straight bets, hop into the Discord. I posted them earlier in the week. I post them kind of all over the place when I can get to it. Josh Allen, I think, is going to throw for his prop today, by the way. And if he doesn't, it's entirely weather dependent because the Bills are going to have to lean everything on Allen this week. He's going to have to play an incredible game, I think, for them to win this game. And I'm not saying he won't do it, but I personally am taking the Ravens and the Rams. Double R, Ravens and Rams this week is my parlay. These are the two teams. I was 1-1 yesterday, so, take it for what it's worth. And have a great Sunday. Enjoy the time with your family. Appreciate chat being in here. Love seeing the fam in here, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye. Is this outro? Intro, outro.